Welcome back, student, to the Unnati Commerce classes, where I am your teacher going to simplify commerce for you. So, as promised in the previous video, I am here with the fundamentals of partnership, where I am going to simplify all steps of partnership and all your queries about partnership in this video. So, first thing, what partnership is? In this video, I'm going to simplify for you the meaning of partnership, the steps in partnership, why partnership is important, and what are the characteristics of partnership. Then we are going to simplify all other organs of partnership for you. So, what is partnership and what is the meaning of partnership? So, the relation between persons who agree to share their profits and losses in a particular manner. If I explain this, it is basically when two or more persons get into a business, get into a profitable business, is called partnership. So, the partnership is governed by Indian Partnership Act 1932. That means all the characteristics, all the importance of partnership and the business through partnership comes under this particular act. When two or more people decide to carry on a business, they agree on taking the business. That is called the partnership deed. So they will create a partnership deed. The partnership deed can be verbal or it can be written. When it comes to partnership, there are a few things which are very important in this, like the features of partnership. So it is a combination of two or more persons, first feature of the partnership. Then there should be the agreement. Without agreement, verbal or written, partnership will not follow according to Partnership Act 1932. There must be a profit sharing, equal or ratio, or in whichever manner they want to create their partnership and want to share their profits or losses. In partnership, there is an unlimited liability. As in, if in future they are going to receive losses, then they have to share those losses in unlimited liability. It is a mutual agency, as they all are agreeing on a particular thing. So, in elaboration, partnership is a collaboration of two or more persons agreeing on a particular business. So, for a partnership, the business is necessary to be there. There should be a purpose, and that purpose should be the profit. If there is no profit, there is no purpose of earning profit, the partnership will be not according to the Partnership Act 1932. It should be a mutual agency. They should all agree on their business. Now, what is partnership deed? Partnership deed, an instrument which is describing all the features of the partnership of few people or the people who are agreeing to carry on a business in written manner. So, partnership deed is an written agreement among the partners. Now, what partnership deed consists? Partnership deed includes 1. Profit sharing ratio, capital contribution, interest on capital and drawings, as in how much interest they are going to get on their capital and how much interest they are going to pay on their drawings. Salary or commission to the partners. So all these things included in the partnership deed. Partnership deed shows the profit sharing ratio. That means in which ratio the upcoming profit is going to be divided among the partners. Capital contribution done by the partners, how much capital each partner is carrying with him or her in the partnership. Salary and commission, how much salary they are drawing per month or per year from this particular partnership, or the commission they are getting as a partner. So this is what a partnership deed explains. Then comes what if, as we had discussed earlier, that partnership deed can be written or verbal. If partnership deed is in written, then all the above things which we just discussed will be carried on. But what if the partnership deed is silent, or what if there is no written partnership deed? So no issues in that as well, as there are few provisions in the absence of partnership deed. As you can see on your screens, the provisions are profit sharing, that will be equal. If the partnership deed is silent about the ratio of the profit in which it is going to be divided, then profit sharing will be equal in each partner. No interest on capital will be given. If the partnership deed is silent or there is no partnership deed, then the business or the firm is not obligated to give capital on the interest, to give interest on the capitals of the partner. There will be no salary if the partnership deed is not active, then no partner will be given the salary. Interest on loan will be 6%. Suppose any of the partner has given some loan to the firm, then if the partnership deed is silent, then also the firm is obligated to give the interest on that particular loan at 6% per annum. And if the partnership deed is there, then whatever percentage is given or whatever percentage is decided, that will be given. But in the absence of the partnership deed, there will be interest, and that too 6% per annum on that particular loan. I hope all the provisions in the absence of partnership deed is clear. This is a very important fact and very important point in the partnership. So you must take a screenshot or you must note down it in your notebook. Now, the next topic comes when we are done with the partnership and partnership deed, everything is done. Why do we need partnership? Or why do we go into a partnership business? Or what are the factual concept of partnership? What are the importance, or you can say the benefits of partnership? So when it comes to partnership, people go into partnership for many reasons. Few of them are more capital compared to the sole proprietorship. When a sole proprietor is doing a business, everything is on that one particular person. But when they are in partnership, more capital is coming to the business as compared to the sole proprietorship. Plus, different partners comes with different skills and expertise. So they all are coming with different kind of set of skills which will be very good for the business. It reduces the risk. Of course, it reduces the risk, as in sole proprietorship, if the loss or any contingency comes, everything is on that one particular person. But when it comes to the partnership, everything is divided according to profit sharing ratio. So the risk is reduced, better decision making through collective efforts. More the people, more the debate, and more better decisions coming to the partnership, coming to the business. So when there are partners, when they can have the conflicts, but at the end all those things will be for the betterment of the business. So better decision making through collective efforts is another helpful importance for the partnership. When we go through the partnership among the few people, there are two types of accounting treatment we do in partnership. As in the capital, we consider in a partnership, there are two types of capital accounts we maintain. We can take either of the capital accounts. First is fixed capital method. Second is fluctuating method. So there are two types of methods we prepare our final account in. First, fixed capital method. Second, fluctuating method. So fixed capital, what is fixed capital method? So fixed capital method where we prepare two accounts, capital account and current account. In fluctuating method, we prepare only one account, that is capital account. Okay, I know it is a bit confusing, but I'm going to clarify all the steps and all the details about both the methods. So don't worry. So the main difference between fixed and fluctuating capital method is, in fixed capital method, the capital remains constant unless you are not introducing anything after the commencement of the business, or you are not withdrawing anything from the capital you have introduced initially. So capital remains the same until the end unless you are not adding more capital and unless you are not withdrawing the capital. Separate capital account and current account are maintained. And what is current account? Current account is the account in which we are going to adjust all the changes which had happened in the income of the partners throughout the year. On the other hand, fluctuating capital method, where your capital goes up and down. It can fluctuate. It can change. The capital changes every year. The capital changes frequently. As in, we are going to adjust all the income receiving by the partners throughout the year in that one particular account. So, automatically, the capital will change. So, in fixed capital method, we prepare two accounts, capital account and current account. In fluctuating capital method, we prepare only one account, that is capital account. Yes. Now, apart from these two or one account, we prepare profit and loss appropriation account. Now, what is profit and loss appropriation account? Profit and loss appropriation account is when we get profit from our business, we are going to prepare P&L appropriation account to appropriate that particular profit. That means now we are going to give all the expenses to the partner, or taking the drawings or interest on drawings and everything in consideration out of that profit. That is called the appropriation account. That means all the expenses which were not compulsion but are still expenses. So there is a difference between profit and loss account and profit and loss appropriation account. I will definitely come with a video where I will explain profit and loss appropriation and profit and loss account to you. Yes. So in profit and loss appropriation account, we consider interest on capital, salary or commission to the partners, interest on drawings, transfer of profit and loss to the partner capital account. Whatever we are getting at the end of the P&L appropriation account after all the adjustments, the profit which is remaining after all the adjustments is going to the capital account of the partner in their profit sharing ratio. Now, interest on capital, which we are considering in the P&L appropriation account, Interest on capital is allowed, as we discussed in the partnership deed, only when it is mentioned in the partnership deed. If there is no partnership deed or the partnership deed is in absence or silent, there will be no interest on capital. Then opening capital, if given, then you have to calculate the interest on that capital. But if it is not given, we are going to open an interest on capital account and opening capital will be calculated. Now, interest on drawings. First, interest on drawings is the interest whichever the partner is withdrawing from the business for their personal use. Yes, it is only put on the withdrawals which are done for the personal use. As we had discussed in the partnership deed section, if there is no mention of the partnership deed about the interest on drawing, there will be no interest charged. Now, interest on drawings can be calculated with two methods, simple method and product method, which we will be discussing in further future videos. In partnership, there are few partners or one partners that can be given the guarantee of the profit. Yes. And what is guarantee of the profit? Assuring a particular partner with a minimum profit out of the profit. Deficiency will be borne by the guaranteeing partner. That means who partner is giving the guarantee to the partner with the minimum profit will be in partnership. Sometimes one partner is given the guarantee of the minimum profit by the other partners, and that deficiency of the guarantee will be borne by the remaining partners. So we will be discussing, I will be giving you further more detail about the guarantee of profit and the interest on drawings in my next video. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe the channel for more interesting videos about fundamentals of partnership and where I am going to simplify commerce for you. Thank you so much for your time.